Warning: this video may contain strong language, adult themes, and humor, chaos, and fun times. Viewer discretion is advised.
How's it going, Mr. Gully?
Hi, Mr. Gully. Good to see you. Unfortunately, on some bad circumstances.
What brings you to my humble...
So, there was a situation that had happened last night down at the Taqui-la-la. Obviously,
yes, the shooting at the Taqui-la-la.
Yep, that one. So being in the city, and I wanted to kind of bring it to your attention because our new alliance that we have formed for our partnership. I find it only fair that we update you. So we did unfortunately have a shooting. One of our members did shoot. It kind of came into bad circumstance. There was a tad of an issue. There was a guy who had pressed one of our enforcers. So we had, just jumped him, beat him. They called it at that. Merriweather had pulled their guns and were kind of barking orders. One of our members had a gun out because someone had a knife, but no shots yet. And so we kind of told everyone, put your guns away, leave it to fists, like, come on. And then I told everyone to get out of the bar, get back to the bikes, just to let everything settle, let Merriweather do what they had to do. And as we were on our way out, I guess a few of our members fell into some issues. We heard shots come from the bar. As I came back around the corner, there was a mix of us between Lost, there were some Ballas there was us, there was some, just a bunch of people. And as I came back around the corner, there was someone at the front. Now, one of our prospects had gone down. Let me mention that first. He was on the corner of the street as we were running back to the building. He had gone down. When I turned the corner with one of our members, there was a female holding a gun. I didn't see any identifiers at the time, but again, I was standing on the corner of the building, so my sight wasn't the best. And there was a gun. My member was like, listen, I saw the gun from them. So I told him, do what you got to do, but we need to get the fuck out of here because we had a prospect down and we needed to get him medical attention. Understandably, I told a few of the Lost guys, I forget his name, but we see him around all the time. I told him that they should probably get the fuck out of there as well because of obviously they were outside when all this happened inside. So I told them, you should probably head out of here too. And then everything popped off the way it did. I'm not too sure where they ended up afterwards, but I did tell my club we needed to go. Especially one of the Merriweather dudes told me that cops are on the way and that we should probably go. Clear the area. We all came up back here and, back up to our clubhouse, and we kind of reformed. We kind of got what was going on. And word around the street is a few of those shots might have fell on a Balla.
I see.
I know it's a lot to take in at once, but I figure getting you the whole story from our side first is probably just better. Now you can ask any questions you may have.
So what is the current situation between yourselves in Ballas?
To be honest with you, we don't know quite yet. We did want to reach out to them after hearing the news that we may have shot one of their people, because obviously it was complete mistaken. We didn't know, because I did speak to the member directly, because I got a rundown of exactly what happened when we got back. And from what he told me is the female was standing at the door. She was looking in our direction with her gun, and then he took that as she was the one who shot. He didn't see any identifiers. I can't confirm if there was or wasn't, but we don't know exactly what their feelings are, whether what they know, what we know. It's kind of all over the place at this point.
See.
And I think with you bringing us that deal with them, I figured you were the best people to probably contact.
What the predicament they've gotten themselves in, Mr. Myers?
Yeah, agreed. Ballas ain't too happy, that's for sure.
What do you know on matters, Myers?
Oh, they speaking to, I think, what was her name? Spider? I guess she's the one that got shot.
Oh dear, this is troubling information indeed.
This is. We had to. We were actually setting up some deals with them for coke, and if I'm not mistaken, that's who my road captain was working it out with.
This is troubling indeed, gentlemen. Miss Sparta is one of the deputy leaders of Ballas.
Fuck.
Wrong person got shot, it seems. Remember that pulled the trigger has really put a sticky situation, I must say.
Yeah.
I guess so.
So, my question is, and I came in at the utmost late time. I do apologize. I had other business to tend to as human resources.
No worries. We respect that you guys even took our meeting so soon. We really
So-
appreciate it.
From what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, please do, is what your member thought that she shot, or did she see that she shot?
Well, it was a male that it was one of our male members who shot. He had an SMG under his cut, and when he saw our prospect go down, when he turned back to the building, that is the only person he saw with a gun. And it wasn't until after the fact that we did some of the digging on our own that we found out it was actually a Group 6 or Merriweather, whoever was securing the building. That's who shot our prospect.
Interesting.
So, I take it you're reaching out to us to see if we can arrange the little sit-down chit-chat between the two organizations. Am I getting all that correct?
Yeah. Just to be flat honest, I think it would be best because at this point, it was a complete fuck up on our side, and we understand, and especially since our members had orders to leave the bar, I understand that they were trying to cover their members, but this is our fuck up, and before it starts any problems within the city, and I know you guys have everything with them, you have stuff with us. I don't want it to fall back and cause problems for a lot of different people. So I figured, or we figured at least, this would probably be one of the better solutions. Because as you know, we're looking for a better future between the Vipers and the Reapers, and we have a lot of plans for that better future. So we're here to try to make sure that that's still in line.
Give me some time. I'll see what they're willing to come to the table and speak with all. Meantime, I suggest that you make sure you know everything and speak with this member.
Yes, sir.
I'll be in touch. Give me some time.
Thank you, Mr. Gully.
Off you all go.
How's it going, boys?
We appreciate you, sir. Let's go, fellas.
Words moved around, Mr. Gully, that the loss just met with the Ballas.
Who of our friends amongst the Ballas leadership is?
I can make a few phone calls to see if Spider's around still.
Make your phone calls, see if any of them are available. Have a little chit chat.
Pleasure to meet you. This is Justin, Piper Industries, Human Resources. Mr. Gully wants to have a chit chat. Are you guys available anytime soon? Yes. Yes, with yourself and COC. Yeah, no problem. Yes, this is my personal cell, so just call me back here. Whatever you want, feel comfortable with. That's totally okay. We're at Arcadius right now, so that's where we're at. All right, good to hear. Pleasure talking to you. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Mr. Gully, I just spoke with Spider. She said she's gonna be probably be back in a few minutes. They got a couple of their leadership on around right now, actually, so they're gonna get back with us with a available time for them to meet us.
Lovely. And once our fellow member of Met joins us, I will brief you on my position matter.
Okay.
Right, gentlemen. Let me get right down to the nitty-gritty with all this. So apparently, last evening, there was a little incident at the Taqui-la-la. The Ballas, the Vipers, or not the Ballas, but the Ballas, the Lost, and the Reapers were all at the Taqui-la-la. There was a dispute with some other civilians that were not affiliated with any organization there. The Reapers proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Weather and G6 that was there apparently started barking orders. Guess some shots were fired. There was a Reaper's prospect that was shot in the back as they were running outside around the corner to their bikes. And a member of the Reapers came back around the corner and saw the only person there with a pistol or a weapon of sorts was apparently Spider. Correct? It was Spider that was shot.
That's what I heard.
So, either way, I do know for a fact it was a member of the one of the deputy leaders that was working in the bar was shot by the Reaper's Poison member. They weren't too happy about it, of course. So, there's rumblings of war, gentlemen. So the Reapers have learned digging afterwards and learned of the mistakes that were made, but of course they weren't aware that the person shot was a deputy leader. They reached out to us, had a meeting with them. Of course, you probably saw them all leaving when you came in. They were asking us to see if we could reach out to the Ballas, talk with them, see if they would be willing to come sit down at a table with them.
Very, very interesting. Dudes, I must say. And
Now, we're currently in a weakened state while our security forces are slowly trickling back into the state from overseas operations. I'm not trying to get actively involved in a war if it does break out. However, if there is war that goes on between the two, I can tell you this, that the Lost MC will not stay neutral in the matter, no matter how close a relationship they have with Rapist Poison as a 1% motorcycle club. They will back the Ballas because of the deep-rooted history between the two organizations. Now, I believe if they do go to war, there's going to be a point in time where all eyes will be on us, which side in the matter we're going to take, because we have relations with both gangs. Yes, we've had a long-standing on and off relationship with the Ballas. They do give us money for protection of their assets and whatnot. However, I know a tad bit of information that the Lost MC and Ballas have been keeping secret from Viper Industries in regards to Mr. Winter's kidnapping and injection of experimental 393. I have my birds looking into it as we speak. And the Ballas are the ones that told Lost, let's not tell the Viper Industries until we know what his source is. I don't like secrets being kept from me, especially when it concerns Mr. Viper's pride and joy of 393. So, Ballas is on thin ice with me already, as well as not coming to the table to pick up sales that they kept asking for us to bring back the Purple Unicorn so they could start peddling it again. Every time I reached out to them, they never showed the fuck up. But the moment we extended this olive branch to the Rapist Poison, they immediately stepped in, and they've already made me made us, the industry, and the Viper family $1 million in sales that I've already got the profit return on. So they are making money on a daily basis for us. So, that is one factor to keep in mind with this. Another factor, you realize that the Rapist Poison was born out of the Red Barons and what was left of them. And if you know your history of our illustrious industry, the Red Barons were absorbed and we were created from them. So, they have deeper ties than all these gangs out here to us, the industry, because they were part of us. Thirdly, they were re-established by Max Viper's daughter herself, Miss Josie Jones. Now, I will tell you this, gentlemen, right off the bat. If they do go to war, if Miss Jones shows up anywhere in the state, we will protect her and her alone at all costs. Because our loyalty is to the Viper family, and she is a member of our illustrious creators, the Viper family. Simon himself said if the smallest grain is bothered on her head, he will get his hands dirty personally. Now, because of all of these factors, I want everyone's opinion on the matter before I make my final decision on if we have to choose which side of the battle lines, once drawn, we will have to stand on.
Mr. Gully,
Yes, Mr. Myers.
apologies for interrupting your conversation. I got Miss Spider on the phone. She's wondering when's the perfect time for you to meet.
I'm available whenever she wishes to meet.
Oh, he's available right now if you need. If you are, sorry.
What are your thoughts on this matter, Gunner?
Well, first off, we got ties with both ends of the situation here. Okay, we gather a lot of profit from the Ballers. We have a lot of history with the Reapers. The thing of it is uh, they're involved and getting involved in things that is completely avoidable, in my opinion. Um, I think we need to do a little bit more digging on both sides to figure out the truth, because uh, we're putting our heads in ruining potentially both allies for one, and for two, we're gonna lose a lot of money. And it's not all about the money. It's more or less the people we work with. But at the same time, I mean, we're on a very thin string as is, and we don't have the proper resources, if you're catching my drift, to be putting our heads out on the table for a potential war between not just one person but two, potentially three if the loss gets involved.
Yeah, and I did tell you, Gunner, but word is from the local security team is that the Ballas met with the loss earlier today near the Vinewood Bowl, I believe.
I'm sorry, say again.
The Lost MC has met with the Ballas at the Vinewood Bowl sometime today, apparently, from what I heard.
So what are you saying? It's looking to be the lost MC is gonna be back in the ballers if shit hits the fan.
Oh, I presume so. It's not been confirmed. I'm not going to make that assumption. That's just what I heard today.
Well, if we pick sides with the Reapers, we're losing profit and losing sales. We're, and then on top of it, if Lost MC pulls their weight with the ballers, then we're losing a secondary partnership that Mr. Myers has worked very hard to put together. So I really think we need to consult Clay in all of this, to be honest with you.
I've already spoken on this matter with Clay. You know, lately the ballers have not been very productive with the flow of money that put into our pocket. They've resorted to using us as security for. However, look at the other contracts that he's been successful at. It's a constant flow of money into the industry between the families and now the rapers who are peddling Purple Unicorn for us. And they just started not even a week ago, and they've already made $1 million for us on sales.
1.4 to be exact.
1.4 million sales in less than a week. Money is no question here in the matter. They are making more money and more profit for us than the ballers have ever made for us in such a short span of time.
To be
And
honest with you,
plus,
especially with the Reapers to be newly established, they're pulling a lot of membership. A lot of people are going and joining them over
Lost
the
MC.
ballers and the MC and all
Exactly.
that. So
Which is
they're
more.
pulling their own weight, and their membership will uh, bring proper devastation if we need it. If you're catching what I'm trying to say here. So if we were to pick sides, in my opinion, I really think that the Reapers, with their membership, with the amount of profit and sales that they've brought forward within the last week, compared to the all-time high of the Ballers and what they've brought to us over the past several years. So we've had to fall with the Ballers several times, and we're working properly with the Reapers, and we haven't had an issue, and they're bringing tons of profit within the last week. So
And we
if I were to pick
also.
sides, I think I'd be assisting the Reapers over the Ballers, to be honest with you.
Yes, we also currently have a joint venture in issue with the Nomads. They've had their deal with their issues with Nomads, as well as we have. So it's a joint venture between us already on that front. Conducting this business is all helping both sides on the matter as well. And plus, honestly, gentlemen, with the history of who they are, where they came from, fact that Miss Jones, the daughter of our founder, reestablished them in this state and is a retired president of their ranks, gives them a hell of a lot more stronger pull for our aid than the Ballas do, especially with our bridge between us and the Lost completely severed now that Mr. Red is gone. I've offered an olive branch to the Lost to come and sit down and let's have business conversations, and they've turned me away for bullshit reasons every time. And now, my birds tell me they're keeping secrets between them and the Ballas from me, involving our precious industry. They will learn that I have eyes and ears all over this bloody state. So it is more than likely settled. But at first, since we are limited on our power, yes, every contracted member has a rifle and a bad fucking attitude. But we will play this carefully and cautiously. The Reapers have more than enough manpower and strategy behind the deeds, courtesy of Miss Jones and how she brought them up. I say if we do get involved, we will be pouring heavier firepower to the Reapers and their ranks. Give them a lot louder and harder bite than the Ballas and the Lost MC can muster up. The only people have to be concerned about in this matter, if it does go down, is Miss Rose Kindle and her connection to angels. Do have to keep an eye on that situation and how it develops if she does show her head in this state again. But of course, I'm not going to pick sides without hearing the angle from both sides and the information from both sides. I'm not a foolish, incapable, and unintelligent man. I like to know. Very good. Want to bring it back? Yes, I would like to know all my information, all the P's and Q's before I make a final decision on a matter.
Understandable.
Let's see what the Ballas have to say, and we will discuss more afterward.
Sounds good. I believe Brock is also going to be showing up here in a minute as well.
Very good.
And what's your name?
My lovely friends, the Ballas. How do you do?
Long time no see, mister.
Miss Roxy, it is quite fine to see you, madam. How have you been?
I'm doing swell. I'm doing good. Could be doing better, though.
Please have a seat. Pick any chair you like.
Okay.
So, I heard there was quite a bit of the incident at the Taqui-la-la last night. Mr. Myers, it's very rude to kick our guest. Please apologize to the man.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. As you were, Miss Roxy.
It's fine. I know my co-owner is going to be coming back inside momentarily. She just got shot 3 times last night, and going up the elevator she's getting used to the elevation and shit like that. I mean, so
I got you.
she had to step out real quick, and she should be coming back soon. But with that said, over you did hear right. Some shit did go down over at the Taqui-la-la. I checked over my CCTV of the club because I got some cameras inside, over by the entrance, and on the outside by the front sidewalk. And I saw shit go down. And I wanted to ask, since you have us here, you're piquing my interest since you're showing interest in what happened last night. Do you have any affiliation with the Reaper's Poison?
We do have business agreements and arrangements with them, and they came to me asking, since we have connection with you, the Ballas, if we could reach out to you and see if y'all wanted to sit down between the two, because they don't have those established connections since Miss Jones retired as the president of that club.
Yeah, I remember speaking to Miss Jones a while back before she retired. So you want to try and be a middleman in between us and the Reapers?
Well, the Reapers came to me and explained the situation from what they have gathered on their end, and said, asked me in the industry, because we have a connection and have connections within your organization, if we could reach out to you because they don't have those connections yet or anymore, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Why people shooting?
What?
We'll find out.
But they asked if I could reach out to y'all and let inform you that they were trying to find a way to get in touch with you to sit down and talk about the matters of last night.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Okay.
Because I know we've been trying to get in touch with them as well. Because the woman to my right is
Miss
Spider.
Spider. We've met
She's
many a times before.
yeah.
Of
The last
course.
time you met her, she was a leader most likely, but she's now my
No,
co-owner,
OG.
and she's my co-owner now, and she was the one shot last night.
How are you
And-
feeling after last night's unfortunate festivities?
It hurts, but I'll survive. Just a little bit more on the instead of 2 shots, it's got to be 3 shots of whiskey, but I'll be okay.
Well, as long as you're pulling from the top shelf, it should be A-okay, right?
Of course.
Yes. The Reapers came to me maybe a few hours ago. They seemed very upset about this, what had occurred last night. Said that they were wanting to try to get in contact with y'all and asking us if we could use our contacts to reach out to you because they've lost their connection since Miss Jones stepped down and retired. And they told me about how they were very troubled by the situation, seeing how they just set up a business arrangements with you beautiful folks not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they were worried that this business relation was going to go sour just when it was becoming beautiful, growing into something profitable.
Well, the way I
Huh.
think about it is, yeah, the business could have been real good, but money doesn't equal any of my Ballas' lives. And if the Reapers are going to act like that in a public facility, like a bar, I looked at the CCTV, bro. With all due respect, the dude pulled out an automatic gun out on the sidewalk, and as soon as she walked through that door to exit out of the Taqui-la-la, they shot out in broad daylight. How like if like not only are we livid that it hit her, my co-owner, but if that's just their typical behavior, they're just gonna whip out guns out in broad daylight like that and shoot at potential innocent people in a muck, in chaos, tension. That makes them not look like very good business partners either way. And if Spider's memory is correct, she saw an enforcer tag on the vest of the dude at some point. He was a man with slicked back hair. It was medium length. It went down to his shoulders just about, maybe a little bit shorter. It was black slicked back according to the CCTV, and she says that that person was wearing an enforcer tag on him.
This is very disturbing news.
Especially since before all this ensued, I served them beer, I talked to them. They knew beforehand that I was a baller. They knew it. I was wearing the baller tag on my wrist, and at multiple occasions wearing the mask onto my face. So they knew I was part of the Ballas. Even two of them know who I am personally because they were on the deal that we had a while back that we were going to set up. So.
This is bad for business for all of us.
It really is.
What
Very bad.
unfortunate.
I kind of miss when Josie was around leading it.
Well, I did pass along him when I spoke with him that they need to figure out which of their members short and handle this situation, because I informed them from the information I had gathered and been told. I didn't know which one of your deputy leaders it was, and I'm very sorry for this happening to you, madam. But I told them that it was one of your deputy leaders that the members shot, and they were all, the president and vice president both said, "Oh shit," at the exact same time, in the exact seats that you're sitting in.
Uh-oh.
So it sounds like their member didn't even tell them that they shot one of your deputy leaders. They just said that they shot a Balla members, from what I'm gathering. So I believe that the current president and vice president are quite upset now that they know the fact that a deputy leader was shot.
Yeah, it's not even deputy leader, it's my co-owner. But that being said, too, a ball is a ball. Like, why would you shoot a business partner's member to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be more rational than that when you're gonna pull the trigger.
I do agree with you.
So with that said, we all kind of agree over on this side. We want that person. But if Spider's memory holds true and it was an enforcer, I don't think they're going to give us that person.
Well, I do have the phone number for the president, Mr. Warden. If you'd like that, if you don't have it.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't as well. That would be appreciative.
Like I said, my whole sole purpose in this matter was to help connect that bridge that was lost when Miss Jones retired, to get numbers exchanged so you two can contact each other, discuss the events of last night. Hopefully we can settle this matter peacefully and it doesn't have to result to war in this state.
So
We'll see what they're willing to offer.
yeah.
But I can't make any promises because I can't obviously promise we're gonna meet eye to eye on decisions.
The
It's hard.
only thing I have to say, if war does break out between your two groups, I will put this out there that Josie Jones is off limits. If anything happens to Miss Josie Jones, Simon has said personally that he will kill anyone and everyone that was involved. Doesn't matter whose side you are on.
We don't want anything to do with her. We just want the person that shot it.
Yeah, Josie didn't do anything. She wasn't even
Josie
at that
wasn't
thing.
there.
She stepped
So-
down. She's not a current president. Let me talk. And she wasn't there. She's not even the one running their club anymore.
Yes.
So,
Well, you asked me to start with what our interest is in the Reapers. Miss Jones is all vested in Reapers because Miss Jones has deep ties to our illustrious industry. Those ties I'm not too at liberty to discuss at this time. But just know that she has an invaluable connection to the industry. So we will do everything in our power to protect Miss Jones, her life. But
it's understood.
let me grab you Mr. Warden's phone number.
Perfect.
Phone number real fast. Ah, dog Warden has sevens in his phone number.
Okay.
Here you are, Miss Roxy. President Warden's phone number.
Thank you.
As
747.
always, it was quite lovely seeing you all.
Same to you. It's unfortunate that it's under circumstances of some tension because you have concern for your MVP within the Reapers, but I guarantee you we shouldn't have any issues with getting complicated with Miss Josie because I haven't really seen her around. Now, if she puts herself in front of the person that we want, I will contact you guys because I'd rather not break this partnership.
That is nice to hear, and I would greatly appreciate it. I would need a very good well heads up, so not to alarm Mr. Viper. Hate to
Yeah.
see Simon go off of his leash once again.
Yeah, that man, with all due respect, bruh. Ugh. Ugh.
Every
Him angry,
organization
ugh.
needs its demon locked away for a rainy day. Not
That's
agree.
true. Yeah, we have our own. That's for damn sure. So I know how that is. But yeah, don't need yours all in a little tissy about something that we could have prevented. And besides, even though you guys and us, we've had a rocky history. I'm actually at a point where I am happy that we have some sort of business deal with you guys. I for the longest time, truthfully, didn't like you guys for years. Didn't want anything to do with you. I never understood why Rose and Xander all had connections with you guys, but I see now. So I'd rather not burn that bridge again.
We just want to be in a state where it's peaceful, we can all do business and make money. Well,
Hell
to
yeah.
do that, when all of potential customers and all of the business clients are fighting amongst each other, it's hard for all of us to earn money.
That is very true.
Mhm.
With that said, thank you for the number. We'll get out of your hair and we'll start going off doing
Of course.
what we need to.
Once you have this situation resolved, I would greatly like to sit down with you all once again. I'd like to inform you all that Puppy Unicorn's back in full production, and it needs movement in sailing.
Perfect. We definitely like some of that.
And
Please remove your hat.
yeah, that would be quite beneficial.
Oh,
Thank you.
and before you go,
Yeah.
if you come across any of the experimental 393 that President Winter was injected with, do please inform me. I don't like secrets kept from me in regards to Mr. Viper's pride and joy.
So, the president of the of Lost was injected with that poison.
Yes, a few months back.
So, if we catch wind of anything pertaining to that, you want to know?
We would like to be informed. We're trying to trace down who has this recipe, because it might be somebody that, forgive me for saying this, you do not want to cross paths with. They are very, very dangerous of individuals.
Understood.
You can
Well,
say they're almost up on the same level as the angel.
understood. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate meeting
Excuse
with
me.
you. It looks like we need to.
Ta-ta.
Our people, yeah, our people are
Yep.
calling for us. Thank you.
Vince ended. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Gunter?
I agree.
I must call back a particular warden.
Hello.
Mr. Warden,
Things are about to get dirty.
pleasure
How's
to
it going,
hear
Mr.
your
Gully?
voice, sir. Great news. Miss Roxy's leaving my office now, and she has your phone number. Be expecting a phone call. Oh, and you should know, Miss Roxy has access to the cameras at the Taqui-la-la, and it seems that one of your enforcers is the one that pulled the trigger on Miss Spider, who is her co-owner.
It's funny you say that. It was actually our secretary, and he's laying at the bottom of the sea right now.
Ah, lovely. I'm sure the Ballas
So-
would love to hear that. I would suggest you have proof of this. That way they're appeased. An all-out war
he's
doesn't break out.
He's rolled up in a tarp at the bottom of the sea. We can show him where it is.
Lovely. Well, I've done my job. Let me know how things goes. Cheers!
We'll do. Appreciate it, Mr. Gully. You have a good one.
Oh, it seems that our friends in the Reapers have already dealt with the situation on their end.
Oh, that's
Yes.
splendid to hear.
Yes, apparently the secretary that pulled the trigger is now wrapped up in a tarp laying at the bottom of the sea.
Oh,
Yes.
the Vipers, the Ballas are still down. You want me to tell them?
Oh no, I'm gonna let Warden break that news to them.
Oh,
I told him you better have proof. That way, the Ballas are appeased at the matter.
well, that's interesting.
Oh, Gunner, great news. Apparently, the Reapers have already dealt with the matter on their end. The secretary that pulled the trigger, they killed him, wrapped him in the top, and threw him in the bottom of the sea.
Wow. Okay, well that's happened rather quick.
Oh, yes. I mean, they weren't too pleased when I informed them that the person he shot was, under my understanding, a deputy leader of sorts, so a very high-ranking member within the Ballas. So, I guess when they left the meeting with me here at the office, they immediately went back to the clubhouse and murdered the bloke.
Well then, that handles a lot of issues.
Yes, I informed them to, they better have good solid evidence to show to the Ballas when they do reach out to them.
Oh, I agree. Hopefully not some fake death bullshit.
Well, all I have to say is, My work here is done. Business continues as usual.
Splendid.
Oh, did you like how I put the ballers on the spot, letting them know I know their dirty little secret about 393?
They all went silent.
Yeah, they're like, they look confused. Like, what?
What?
We know what you're playing, and
Miss Roxy. Oh, Winter was stabbed with that poison?
how you not know that? I'm legit the one that had the freaking antidote him.
No, speaking of, your 393 syringes dispose of them. And the
Yeah.
393C that you have, put them in the box for incineration. There's new strands that were developed of both.
Okay.
Mr.
What do you
Lico has been very productive on the matter.
Oh, lovely.
Great.
Can't wait. Who's the next contestant on The Price is Right?
So, we have a new strand that only the 393C that goes to Uncle Lico's strand will affect.
Okay.
His makes them feel more pain.
Ah.
So, that is all I have, gentlemen.
Well, glad the Reapers have dealt with their issue on their end. It's less work we had to do.
Now, let's see if Miss Roxy will come back to the table to stop moving the unicorn. If that happens, we'll have drug sales in both directions. And we will be making a lot of money for the industry.
Agreed.
All in due time, gents. All in due time.
Agreed.
That is all I have for you today.
Splendid. I had to go on a business trip, so.
Enjoy your day, gentlemen.
You too, Mr. Gully.
I've got the whole world in my hands. I've got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands.